As cleanup continues from our recent severe weather, you may encounter a scammer in your neighborhood. They come out after summer storms to persuade you to pay up front for urgent repairs.
Here's the problem. They're often unlicensed contractors who do poor repairs or they don't finish the work at all. PJ Randhawa has an exclusive look into a recent home repair fraud case involving a former nun and an international fugitive.
On any given sunny day,
very quiet.
You can find former nun Christine Stakowitz in her garden in this sleepy Glenview subdivision.
Mature trees, and all the neighbors care about each other.
And it was here, back in March, that Christine says she was first approached by a pair of contractors working on the home next door.
They said, "We noticed that you have cracks in your foundation. We won't charge you a lot, $800 just to check it."
Christine agreed, and the two men immediately began digging trenches on either side of her home.
Yeah, this was the smaller one that they did.
Then bad news. They told Christine they needed $20,000 to fix her foundation. Looking back, she says they seemed to know exactly how to win her trust.
They saw that I wore a cross and they used, "Oh, we're Catholic." They know that I have a special needs child. They saw Nick. They met him.
Christine spends most of her money on care for her adopted special needs son, Nick. But in this case, she was persuaded to cut the contractors a check for $19,000.
Then all of a sudden he says, Patrick, the one guy, says, "Your house is not level. Your walls are going to start falling down. We need another 20.
That's when Christine pumped the brakes. Something didn't seem right. So she called a friend whose husband happened to be a civil engineer.
And he says, "Do you have a basement?" I said, "No, I'm on a slab." He says, "Don't do another thing. I'm calling the police and I will meet you at the house."
It's a phone call like that to a close friend or relative that Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart wants other homeowners to make before giving money to anyone who knocks on their door.
We don't catch people that often because they're usually pretty quick in their operation. They know what they're doing. They spend days, weeks identifying someone who's usually alone, usually a senior.
In Christine's case, a rare break. Dart says surveillance cameras around Christine's home helped them identify the contractors as Patrick McDonough and Martin Ward. McDonough was charged with aggravated home repair fraud.
He's taken into custody, brought in front of a judge, and unfortunately, the judge did not take his passport away from him. And he has dual citizenship in Ireland. And hours after, at most after the arraignment on the case, he took off back to Ireland.
Ward, the other contractor captured on Christine's video cameras, has a warrant out for his arrest on unrelated theft charges. But he hasn't been charged in this case. Meantime, Christine is left to deal with the fallout of the scam.
So I hurt my back by shoveling back the trenches and stuff.
And share her story so others spot the signs she missed.
I don't understand why people can't get a job, a real job.
Here are some key takeaways. Sheriff Dart says there's really no situation where you should give money to anyone who comes to your home unsolicited. Scammers will try to rush you to make a decision. Don't fall for it. Pause, call a friend or family member, and get their take. And finally, consider installing a video doorbell. It could help police find the scammers. PJ Randhawa, NBC5 responds.
Thanks to